Yeah, that's an interesting one, and it's not only European-wide but global regulation, I think, and certainly what we're seeing is that the regulators are looking to manage systemic risk on an ongoing basis, and as a result, there is more regulation that firms have to adhere to. In order for the regulators to be able to monitor risk on an ongoing basis, they need the firms themselves to provide a view of exposures from within their own organisation. So certainly that's impacting organisations. But certainly what we're also seeing at the same time is that although organisations are struggling with meeting the various different risk requirements, there are also some palpable benefits that they can realise to the bottom line of the organisation going forward, and that's certainly something we've seen from early adopters, for example. Yeah, most certainly. I mean, something that came out, I think, loud and clear from our session was that it's almost a combination. It's from a reference data perspective, and that's the area that I particularly look after, is that risk management needs good foundations. It needs the good building blocks, and reference data provides that, in as much that an organisation needs to be able to make the connection between the various different positions, the entities that they have exposures to, the ultimate parent entities. So really connecting all of the various different information around the financial industry together. But also the other side of that is you need to be able to display that information. You need to gain access to it almost on an on-demand basis. And this is where the visualisation that's afforded by new technology becomes incredibly powerful. You can imagine that obviously the underlying information is really powering the risk dashboards, the enterprise risk dashboards that CEOs are looking at, that risk managers are looking at on an ongoing basis. I mean, if I may, I'd like to focus a little bit on enterprise-wide risk. I think this is probably the key issue at the moment. As we've seen, the regulators are looking to monitor systemic risk in the same way as a long-range weather forecast. They're trying to understand where the next potential problem could be occurring, building up, so that they can preempt it and obviously mitigate that risk. I see that interactive data are an essential component in firms being able to identify their own risk exposures through the reference data that we provide and the connections between individual positions, listings, securities, up to the issuer and the ultimate parent entity hierarchies as well. Also the fixed income valuations that we can provide for illiquid securities. And the analytics piece that we can also provide into that. For example, issuer curves and the information that's required around stress test and scenario analysis going forward. So certainly, we're very well placed to provide those foundations, those building blocks, if you like, to help with that process. And certainly, what we're seeing is that organisations can realise a number of business benefits through providing the reference data in a way that the regulators can consume it.